This is Mr. Suave's Mod World, show number 590. They'll get you tonight.
Oh my God, Billy! I'm an idiot. I totally forgot to ask. Did your mother dress up this year?
What?
Is your mother in a slutty costume like your sister?
Hey!
What? You remember your mom brought you to school in that Catwoman outfit one year. We still talk about it.
Such a pig. Can't we just go trick-or-treating?
It's a Mod World.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
First of all, it was October, a rare month for boys. Full of cold winds, long nights, dark promises. Days get short, the shadows lengthen. The wind warns in such a way you want to run forever through the fields. Because up ahead, 10,000 pumpkins lie waiting to be cut.
I didn't get invited. No, I didn't get invited. I didn't get invited to the Halloween party. It's true. The envelopes went around, but there weren't any for me. What do I do? And I just want to hold your hand, 'cause you're the only one who would understand. It's my favorite time of year. And I wish that you could just be here. But now I'll just sit alone instead, with monsters on my screen and in my head. Yeah, I was so excited, but I didn't get invited to the Halloween party. No, I didn't get invited to the Halloween party. No, I didn't get invited. The Bride of Frankenstein could not compare to the way my heart is beating when I see you standing there like a mummy. I'm wrapped so tight. I wanna see you in the full moonlight. If I could be invisible, just like the man of my TV, I could still go to the party and no one would ever see. I was hoping love would be ignited, but I didn't get invited to the Halloween party. No, I didn't get invited to the Halloween party. No, I didn't get invited to the Halloween party. No, I didn't get invited to the Halloween party. No, I didn't get invited to the Halloween party. No, I didn't get invited to the Halloween party.
Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to frighten you, I'm sorry. It's me, Ken from the Shingles, back on Mr. Suave's Mod World for another Halloween show. 2025, you believe that? It's the only show hip enough to have a graveyard shift. Anyway, I'm filling in for Mr. Suave, who's busy writing to the parole board trying to get the Menendez brothers out of jail. Don't ask. Alright, this year we've got, once again, some great tunes from David Bowie, some fuzz from the Smoggers from Spain. We'll take a psychedelic trip with Tame Impala, and many, many more, because in the Mod world, more is more and too much is never enough. Also this year we have a bonus Tale of Terror, a rock and roll ghost story from writer Rex Mortem, who'll be reading the Phantom Encore at the Viper Room. So turn your amps to 11, keep the lights low, pour yourself a dark and stormy, or maybe just a stormy because the dark already got here. The fun has just begun to die. Stick around, if you dare, for a ghastly rock and roll road trip on Mr. Suave's Mod World, and I'll see you on the other side.
Derek, want to become a vampire?
I'll do it.
for the party. Bottle of white wine for dinner. Found out a little box with a razor blade to cut up a painkiller. Sister had an eating disorder. All of her clothes didn't fit her anymore, and I made a best friend out of the skeleton in the closet. I figured, oh, hey, maybe just ignore it, it'll go away. Keep it in the family for today. Everybody knows somebody with something to hide. Everybody knows somebody with something to hide. Sister had it out on a Friday. Black enough she wouldn't remember. Grandma wouldn't hurt a fly, but back in her day all she had a bad temper. Always getting high in the bathroom. Dark thoughts, I was flirting with surrender evermore. And I made a best friend out of the elephant that's in the room. Cause I figured, oh, hey, maybe just ignore it, away. Keep it in the family for today. Everybody knows somebody with something to hide. Everybody knows somebody with something to hide.
Just say you aren't scared. Just say how brave and nonchalant you'd be if you ever saw a ghost. And see what happens.
Was your loved one a relative?
Yes, he was my uncle.
In that case, he must have been Caucasian.
Certainly not, no. He was English.
Oh, that's all right. English is Caucasian. We prefer that word at Whispering Glades. It's much less offensive than white.
Oh, well, I can assure you that he was quite white.
The Blessed Reverend has to consider the feelings of the waiting ones. In time of trial, they prefer to be with their own people.
When we lay our down to rest. Is it some kind of paranormal test for all the suckers like us that get left behind? What if we could just go talk to them? Say goodbye to our family and our friends. If you wanna find out, then come by tonight. You might not understand what is happening, but it'll be so cool.
stylish punk rock supergroup Professor and the Madmans, featuring two members of Orange County punk bands, The Adolescents and D.I., and two members of The Damned, doing Seance from the album Seance. Interesting album, concept album by a group of punk rockers who get together and have a seance to say goodbye to their friends. Before that, we heard The Damned, Evil Spirits from Evil Spirits 2018. Recent Damned, good Damned. Before that, we heard Grandson, Something to Hide from the album I Love You, I'm Trying, 2024. We started the set with Tame Impala with Dracula off of the brand new Deadbeat album, 2025. And we started the show with Vista Blue, our pals. Vista Blue. It wouldn't be Halloween without a brand new Vista Blue song. I didn't get invited to the Halloween party. And it's always great to have a brand new Vista Blue track for Halloween. Thank you, Mike and gang. All right, and it is time for the top 10 Halloween costume ideas for 2025. Are you ready for this? All right, from the home office in Fargo, North Dakota. Let's see. Here's the top 10 Halloween costume ideas for 2025. Number 10, Labubu, or Lafufu, which is the counterfeit, I guess. A fuzzy pink or monster-colored jumpsuit with large pointed ears, that signature slightly creepy grin. And if you go off as a knockoff Lafufu for extra laughs, you have to make the face paint deliberately bad. I don't know what that is. I know it's some sort of stuffed animal, I guess. I don't know. Number 9, a forgotten Netflix password. So you just you wander around the party looking confused and frustrated, and occasionally muttering to yourself, was it with one or an exclamation point or a dollar sign? I don't know. Number 8, the Seemingly Ranch couple solo. So Seemingly Ranch apparently is a Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce thing having to do with ranch dressing. I have no idea what that means. I know that it ages me, but I'm old. What are you gonna do? Number 7, the ghost of Joanne Fabrics. The late great Joanne Fabrics. A tattered white sheet ghost covered in random craft supplies like yarn, felt scraps, and broken sew needles. And it's a sad and funny nod to the chain's financial woes this year. So long, Joanne's. Number 6, I thought this would be higher. An innie from Severance. So you're just a blank-faced, perpetually confused person in an ill-feeling neutral corporate outfit and an ID badge wondering what you did that day. Number 5, an overpriced pint of ice cream. Let's say from a farmer's market. That's not on here, but it should be. So you dress in all white with a cardboard lid that reads, artisanal, small batch, $14.99. That seems about right. Number 4, this meeting could have been an email guy. So you wear a business suit and you stare blankly into the middle distance while slowly sipping some lukewarm coffee, just looking pissed off. Number 3, making a comeback, is the Bop It. A homemade costume designed to look like the classic late 90s toy, requiring you to ask people to bop it, twist it, and pull it all night long. That could get interesting. Or they could get you sent to HR, I guess. Number 2, an influencer at a historic site. So you just, you wear a big oversized hat and a trendy dress or a t-shirt, and instead of enjoying the party, you stand with your back to it, taking like 800 selfies in front of the snack table. I guess. I don't know. Influencers, I have no use for them. Number 1, the last person on earth who still uses Facebook. So yeah, you carry around a printed out blurry photo of your most recent meal and you try to show it to everyone. Yeah, that seems about right. All right, let's close the book here. That's the top 10 Halloween costumes for 2025. And we're going to slide right back to the music. This is The Hitman with Bates Motel.
Street, the edge of your seat. This is a store where no man will walk. King of suspense forever. Chicken, 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 chicken,
Scared, Grady. Something is trying to get inside my body.
Yeah, and she's female and she's waiting for you in the cabana. And you want to sleep with me.
Look, I don't care if you believe me or not.
Hey, I believe you. You've had some scary dreams, okay?
All the things you paid for are your own.
Right, everybody that wants to proceed to the afterlife, put up your ghost hands.
Something kind of hit me today. I looked at you, wondered if you saw things my way. People will hold us to blame. It hit me today. It hit me today. We're taking it hard all the time. Why don't we pass it by? Just reply. Changed your mind. We're fighting with the eyes of the blind. Taking it hard. Taking it hard. Yet now we feel that we are paper, choking on you nightly. They tell me, son, we want you. Be elusive, but don't walk far. For we're breaking in the new boys. Deceive your next of kin. For you're dancing where the dogs decay. Defecating ecstasy. You're just an ally of the legion. Locator for the Virgin King. But I love you in your funky pumps and your nimble dress that trails. Oh, dress yourself, my urchin one, for I hear them on the rails. Because of all we've seen, because of all we've said, we are the dead. One thing kind of touched me today. Counted all the times we had laid, pressing my love through the night, knowing it's right, knowing it's right. Now I'm hoping someone will care, living on the breath of a hope to be shared, trusting on the sons of our love that someone will care, someone will care, but now we're today's scrambled creatures, locked in tomorrow's double feature. Heaven is on the pillow. Its silence competes with hell. It's a 24-hour service, guaranteed to make you tell. And the streets are full of press men, bent on getting hung and buried. And the legendary curtains are drawn round baby bankrupt, who sucks you while you're sleeping. It's the theater of financiers. Count them, 15 round the table, white dressed to kill. Oh, caress yourself, my juicy, for my hands are all but withered. Oh, dress yourself, my urchin one, for I hear them on the stairs. Because of all we've seen, because of all we've said, we are the dead. We are dead. We are the
You're listening to Ken from the Shingles on Mr. Suave's Mod World.
and don't again. 16 candles burn in her mind. She takes the blame. It's always the same. She goes down on her knees and prays. I don't want to start any blasphemous rumors, but I think that God's got a sixth sense of humor, and when I die, I expect to find him laughing. Sense of humor, and when I die, I expect to find him laughing. Fell in love with everything. New life in Jesus Christ. Hit by a car, ended up on a life support machine. Summer's day, as she passed away, birds were singing in the summer sky. Then came the rain, and once again a tear fell from the mother's eye. I don't want to start any blasphemous rumors, but I think that God's got a sixth sense of humor, and when I die, I expect to find him laughing. I don't want to start any blasphemous rumors, but I think that God's got a sixth sense of humor, and when I die, I expect to find him laughing. I don't want to start any blasphemous rumors, but I think that God's got a sixth sense of humor, and when I die, I expect to find him laughing. I don't want to start any blasphemous rumors, but I think that God's got a sixth sense of humor, and when I die, I expect to find him laughing. I don't want to start any blasphemous rumors, but I think that God's got a sixth sense of humor, and when I die, I expect to find him laughing.
The Phantom Encore at the Viper Room. The air was thick with the scent of stale beer and desperation, a familiar perfume at the Viper Room on Sunset. It was Halloween night, and the usual cavalcade of costume-clad hopefuls, tourists, and industry ghouls packed the legendary club. Tonight, however, felt different. The stage lights hummed with an unusual intensity, and a chill snaked through the crowd, even before the doors opened. Liam, the sound engineer, a veteran of countless late nights and blown amps, was already on edge. He swore he'd heard an impossible riff echoing from the empty stage just minutes ago. A wailing guitar solo, drenched in reverb, that sounded like it had been ripped from 1993. He checked the boards, the mics, everything. Nothing. Just the low thrum of expectant electricity. The first band was a blur of garage rock energy, followed by a surprisingly tight punk outfit. But as the clock edged past midnight and the house lights dimmed for the next act, that chill returned. Liam gripped his mixing board, his eyes fixed on the empty stage. Then it happened. A single spotlight flickered on, illuminating nothing but dust motes dancing in the beam. But then, slowly, a spectral figure began to coalesce. It was faint at first, like smoke, but then sharper, clearer. A gaunt young man, impossibly thin, with stringy blonde hair falling over his face and a tattered flannel shirt. He held a vintage Fender Jaguar, its whammy bar vibrating with an unseen energy. A gasp went through the crowd, quickly swallowed by a nervous murmur. Was this part of the act? Some elaborate Halloween trick? The figure raised the guitar. There was no amp, no cable, no pickup. Yet as his translucent fingers touched the fretboard, a searing, distorted riff erupted from the club's speakers, rattling the very bones of the building. It wasn't just loud, it was raw, infused with a pain and a fury that hadn't been heard in that room for decades. The music was intoxicating, horrifying. It was the sound of a dream dying, a talent unfulfilled, a final, desperate cry for the spotlight he'd craved. The solo built, impossibly complex, bending notes into shapes they shouldn't take, pushing the sonic boundaries of what the Viper Room's ancient speakers could handle. Liam watched, paralyzed, as his mixing board's levels went into the red, despite the fact that nothing was plugged in. The spectral guitarist played with his eyes closed, his head thrown back, lost in the inferno of his own creation. The crowd was a mix of awe and terror. Some pulled out phones, others stood frozen, mesmerized by the Phantom's performance. Then, just as the solo reached its shattering crescendo, as the feedback threatened to tear the roof off, the figure simply faded. Like a puff of smoke, he dissolved into the stage lights, leaving behind only the lingering echo of that final, tortured note. A beat of stunned silence. Then, a single solitary clap, followed by another, and another. Soon, the entire Viper Room erupted in a deafening ovation, a roar of applause for a ghost who had finally gotten his last unforgettable encore. Liam just stood there, staring at the mixing board. Every single fader was somehow turned up to maximum, and the record light was blinking. He hadn't pressed it. He wondered if the Viper Room had just captured the ultimate Halloween track.
Forward and payaka, manako and then gosaka.
The rain falls on my head, runs down my collar, as cold as lead. The time on my hands slips through my fingers like sand. What if the bus don't stop? What if the bus don't come? Then we'll walk, then we'll run, yeah. that leave me cold on the sunny side of the street, and holding up the corners, mad souls of rag and bone, castles of cold night air, soft beds of paving stone. What if the bus don't stop? What if the bus don't come? Why then we'll walk, and then we'll run, 'cause I feel haunted. I feel haunted. I feel haunted. Truly, truly haunted. You know the wind blows in my ear. This time of year, and the rain falls on my head, runs down my collar, as cold as lead, and the time left on my hands slips through my fingers like sand. We'll take your car, but if it's too much fuss, we won't wait, we'll take the bus. What if the bus don't stop? What if the bus don't come? Then we'll walk, and then we'll run, 'cause I feel haunted. I feel haunted. Truly, truly haunted. Believe me, I feel haunted. Cause I feel haunted. I feel haunted. I feel haunted. Truly, truly haunted. 'Cause I feel haunted. I feel haunted. I feel haunted. Truly, truly haunted. 'Cause I feel haunted. I feel haunted. I feel haunted. Truly, truly haunted. 'Cause I feel haunted.
I'm a mummy. I'm a mummy. I scare people. Watch what happens when I walk up to somebody. I'm a mummy. I was born 1,959 years ago. My daddy was a mummy too. Watch what happens when I walk up to somebody. I'm a mummy. I don't try to scare people. I really came back to life to buy a copy of Tookie Tookie. Lend me your comb. But people run away from me. Watch what happens when I walk up to somebody. I'm a mummy. somebody somewhere who wasn't afraid of me. Oh well, watch what happens when I walk up to somebody. I'm a mummy. That's cool. I'm a mummy.
You mean you're a mother?
No, I'm a mummy.
I'm a beatnik.
Thank you, Charlie Brown. You were a perfect model.
What was I modeling for, Lucy? We needed the back of your nice round head as a pattern for the jack-o'-lantern we're going to make.
Yo, flesh. Why is in a flesh? Stop skin up your teeth, flesh. This man come around here to teach flesh and you come and repeat flesh like you want to do flesh. Flesh be wise, well, I say seed flesh. I listen last he send me round yourself to teach flesh. Burn all the fat of it and leaders where I need flesh. Because them only come round yourself to complete flesh. You know seed flesh, they no feed eat flesh. Every morning as me rise me have to eat flesh. And a vegetarian and we no eat flesh. This will I see I because him on the sweetness. Well, I live among the creatures of the night. Vampires, hypocrites and parasites. I listen as he give I strength to fight. Whoa, I live among the creatures of the night. Vampires, hypocrites and parasites. I listen as he give I strength to fight. Whoa, and never not because you know, neither much for touch you know. Words go on sound the rest of brethren use for dust you know. All virus you know, all locust you know. I listen as he teach me, say me no for trust you know. Hey, I live among the creatures of the night. Vampires, hypocrites and parasites. I listen as he give I strength to fight. Whoa, I live among the creatures of the night. Vampires, hypocrites and parasites. I listen as he give I strength to fight. Well, them set them traps and set them snares, hoping they can catch me unaware. Bad influence to stop my train, hoping that the rest of life would end. But it's so impossible, Rasta is inevitable. That is why we leave them dance. Consciousness is unstoppable. You think you're invincible, but you got no sense. Hey, I live among the creatures of the night. Vampires, hypocrites and parasites. I listen as he give I strength to fight. Whoa, I live among the creatures of the night. Vampires, hypocrites and parasites. I listen as he give I strength to fight. Oh Lord, hey, seed flesh. I listen as he send me round and so fit eat flesh. Burn all the fast prophet and leaders where I eat flesh. Because them only come round and so fit complete flesh. You know seed flesh, them no fit eat flesh. Every morning as me rise me have to eat flesh. And a vegetarian and we no eat flesh. Yes, I see you because him have to eat flesh. Whoa, I live among the creatures of the night. Vampires, hypocrites and parasites. I listen as he give I strength to fight. I live among the creatures of the night. Vampires, hypocrites and parasites. I listen as he give I strength to fight. Oh Lord, flesh be wise, well. Wise up. Flesh be wise, oh. Realize, open up your eyes. See, I live among the creatures of the night. Vampires, hypocrites and parasites. I listen as he
the attackers can be stopped by removing the head or destroying the brain. I'll repeat that, by removing the head or destroying the brain.
No será difícil dar con su domicilio. Viven los basureros.
Welcome to Tijuana, tequila, sexo, marihuana. Welcome to Tijuana, con el coyote Mayagüez. Welcome to Tijuana, tequila, sexo, marihuana.
Bienvenida a Tijuana, bienvenida mi amor, de noche a la mañana.
Bienvenida mi amor, de noche a la mañana. Bienvenida mi amor, bienvenida a Tijuana. Bienvenida a tu pena, bienvenida a la cena. Sopita de camarón, bienvenida a Tijuana. Bienvenida a mi suerte, bienvenida a la muerte, por la Panamericana.
Welcome to Tijuana. Welcome to Tijuana.
Welcome to Tijuana, tequila, sexo, marihuana. Welcome to Tijuana, con el coyote no hay aduana. Bienvenida a Tijuana, bienvenida mi amor, marihuana. De noche a la mañana, bienvenida a Tijuana, no hay aduana. Welcome to Tijuana, tequila, sexo, marihuana. Welcome to Tijuana, con el coyote no hay aduana.
No será difícil dar con su domicilio. Dime los basureros.
Resist at any time or place. Creeper, they'll slap right across your face. Yeah. Take care. Gonna get you good. Lips the taste of pain, venom kiss of living insane. He's got a rod beneath his coat. He's gonna ram right down your throat, make you grovel on the floor, spit up and scream and beg for more. He'll whip you and strip you down. Cha 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 cha.
Listen to Mr. Suave's Mod World.
In the funeral parlor, they drank some graveyard wine. They had some ripple wine juice at 8:45. All hell broke loose. Dig, there's folk everywhere, dancing around and around, dancing through that crazy Peter Pan Fury gone sound. Lord, self-pit. They did a graveyard creep. They did a graveyard creep. Spook! Say spook, can you hear me, man? Can you wail for the while? Everywhere, dancing around and around, dancing the dude and the crane and the beat of the nearest sound. Good God, go lady, go ahead, crazy. It was a weird sight, Lord, to see with a crazy.
All right, we have a lot to back and answer. Let me just get to it. All right, that was James Doohan with Graveyard Creep, a single from 1970. For that was the Scat Brothers doing Walk the Night from Strange Spirits in 1979. That was featured prominently in the 1980 movie Cruising, which is a really bizarre movie with Al Pacino starring as an undercover cop who's after a serial killer who's killing people in the underground gay scene in New York in like the late 70s, early 80s. And the song plays prominently in that, and that movie has a weird, ambiguous ending. If you have access to it, watch it. It's pretty weird. Before that, a little Day of the Dead stuff for you there. That's Manu Chao with Welcome to Tijuana from the Clandestino, 1998. Preceding that was Bushman with Creatures of the Night. Some reggae from the Bushmen, 2004. Excuse me. Before that was Bad Manners with I'm a Mummy from Ska Party 2000. You gotta love Buster and his gang there doing I'm a Mummy. That set started with Suggs doing Haunted from the Lone Ranger. Suggs from Madness, the singer from Madness, and that was his first solo album, The Lone Ranger, 1995. Before that set was the author Rex Mortem reading his short story, The Phantom Encore at the Viper Room. Little rock and roll ghost story if you're there. The set before that, so let's back and that's all these, was Depeche Mode. Blasphemous Rumors, you know that one, from Some Great Reward, 1984. We played David Bowie, We Are the Dead, from Diamond Dogs, 1974. For that, some new wave from The Humans, Get You Tonight, Happy Hour, 1981. And starting that set was The Hitmen with Bates Hotel from Torn Together, also 1981. I know it's a lot of songs, but I thought you might want to know who played those things. Anyway, we're at the second half of the show now. We're well into the second half of the show now. And I think it's time for everyone's favorite segment, News of the Weird. So let's start the teletype machine. Okay, you ready? Here we go. All right. Dateline. Ashtabula, Ohio. A ghostly figure photobombs live stream of viral 12-foot skeleton. A family in Ohio known for the elaborate Halloween display featuring the massive 12-foot skeleton claims a dark, transparent figure appeared briefly behind the decoration in the viral TikTok live feed, sparking intense debate over whether it was a real apparition or a clever digital trick. All right, that's interesting. All right, story 2, Plano, Texas. Man calls 911 on neighbor for unreasonably scary yard decor. A resident in a quiet suburban neighborhood filed an official police complaint against his neighbor's extensive haunted house display, citing emotional distress from a hyper-realistic severed head that had been sitting on his lawn chair. Police confirmed they responded, but advised the caller to, quote, toughen up. That's once again Plano, Texas. Number 3, Dateline, rural Pennsylvania. Urban explorers discover hidden sub-basement full of cursed dolls. A team of YouTubers exploring an abandoned children's hospital in rural Pennsylvania found a previously unmapped, bricked-up room containing hundreds of antique dolls arranged in a chilling circle. The dolls, some with glass eyes that seemed to follow the camera, were left untouched and the room was resealed. Yeah. All right, story number 4, Dateline, also Pennsylvania, Lancaster County. Local pumpkin patch attempts to ban the seemingly ranch costume. Once again, there's that seemingly ranch thing. I don't really get that. Okay, the owner of a popular family-friendly pumpkin patch announced a bizarre costume ban this season. No one is allowed to dress as the infamous seemingly ranch condiment. The owner claimed the pun was, quote, overplayed and caused audible groans that ruined the whole ambiance. Yeah, I agree. All right, Dateline, Salem, Massachusetts. There you go. That's a spooky place, right? Cemetery security camera captures floating lantern that defies wind. A caretaker at a historic New England cemetery released footage showing a strange glowing light floating low over a row of 19th century headstones for over an hour. Local experts ruled out balloons or drones, noting the light moved against the strong evening winds before vanishing entirely. Yeah. Why would you even want to be in the graveyard in Salem at night? I kind of would like to see that, though. And finally, number 6, Seattle, Washington. That's Mr. Suave's neck of the woods. All right, teens steal inflatable yard ghoul, return it with a formal apology letter. 2 high school students who pilfered a neighbor's inflatable monster from their yard returned it 48 hours later, fully inflated, with a note apologizing for the ghoulish prank, and including a $20 Starbucks gift card for the inconvenience. The neighbor reportedly found the whole thing adorably criminal. Well, that's nice, I guess. Not cool that they stole it. Nice that they gave it back. And I'm neutral about the Starbucks, I suppose. Anyway, that has been News of the Weird. So let's close up the old weird bag here and jump back into the tunes. How about that? Let's take a trip to Spain and listen to the Smoggers singing She's Wicked.
The Survival Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull.
As well go to bed.
Suppose the murderer comes back again.
Shut up. You got nothing to worry about. If he stabs you in the head, he'll wreck his knife. And don't say murder anymore, will you?
Like fate tripping me and I want out. I just can't cope no more with this insomnia. Your love has left me be. I walk the streets empty. Your narcissistic ways creating my malaise. Ain't no script gonna help me now. Tell me how I'm gonna ride this out. What am I living for? Goddamned insomnia.
All right, that's a quick set of 3 songs because we got stuff to do. We got to leave. Got a few more songs to play, and I have another list for you of the top 10 worst Halloween costumes for this year. But the songs, we just heard Strangers in a Strange Land doing Night Gallery from their self-titled album from 2023. Before that, we heard The Quest doing Shadows in the Night, a single from 1966. And we started that set with Spain's The Smoggers doing She's Wicked from their brand new album, Fuzz from the Crypt, just came out like a week or two ago. Here we go now, settle in. So it's time for the worst costume ideas for 2025 because people make choices. They make bad choices. So with the help of our crack research team here at the Institute for Costume Regret, we've compiled a list. So it's time for the top 10 worst Halloween costume ideas for 2025. All right, number 10, the world's second tallest skeleton. You went to Home Depot and they were out of the 12-foot one, so you got the 9.5-foot one. So yeah, you're the second tallest skeleton. All right, number 9, a cryptocurrency. You walk around explaining a complex, decentralized ledger system to people who just want a peanut butter cup. Nobody wants to hear about your portfolio on Halloween. Number 8, anything that requires you to carry a speaker. I'm a DJ. No, you're ruining a good party by forcing everyone to listen to your 5-song playlist. Shut up. Number 7, an overcooked Hot Pocket lava core. You know, it's visually confusing and it smells faintly of regret. And the first person who touches your costume will need to go to the emergency room. Or if someone bites you, they'll just burn the roof of their mouth, I guess. Number 6, the main character from a podcast. You know, you talk for 45 minutes without anyone else get a word in, and people actually hide from you. Number 5, a guy who just bought a cast iron pan. You spend the whole night telling people with religious fervor the proper way to season their pan. Buzzkill. Number 4, anything that requires an enormous amount of face paint. You look cool for 15 minutes, and then you start sweating, and by 10, you look like you melted. And you look like a clown trying to hail an Uber. That's the truth. Number 3, the wannabe influencer. You dress normally, but you spend the entire night giving 5-minute testimonials about mushroom coffee and asking guests to like and subscribe. Yeah. Number 2, the guy who throws the Halloween party just to show off his new air fryer. You're just a dude in an apron redirecting the conversation to everything about convection technology, and you're handing out suspiciously dry sweet potato fries. And that's the most terrifying costume of all, a boring host. And the number 1 worst Halloween costume for 2025 is a sexy Ronald McDonald. No, stop, just stop. Every time you try to make a creepy mascot sexy, you make an entire generation, uncomfortable. So just stop doing it, and no, just stop trying to be sexy because you're not. All right, there you have it. Don't do any of these. Remember, folks, if you show up in these, don't be surprised if you wind up in the backyard talking to a raccoon. All right, that about does it. I'm going to wrap it up. We're going to end it with 3 classics. We're going to have Hank Williams doing 6 More Miles, Jack Hammer doing Mean and Evil Me, and we end it with Putney Dandridge doing The Skeleton in the Closet from 1936. I've been Ken from the Shingles. Thank you. Happy Halloween. And remember, if you're trick-or-treating in Mr. Suave's neighborhood and you see him driving around, he does not have candy in that van. Trust me. I'll talk to you soon.
Oh, the rain is slowly falling, and my heart is so sore. 6 more miles and leave my darling. Never on this earth to need no more. 6 more miles to the graveyard. 6 more miles long and sad. 6 more miles and leave my darling. Leave the best friend I ever had. I hear the train a-coming, bringing my darling back home. 6 more miles to the graveyard, then I'll be left here all alone. 6 more miles to the graveyard, 6 more miles long and sad, 6 more miles and leave my darling, leave the best friend I ever had.
Death is a surprise party, unless, of course, you're already dead on the inside.
Don't fool around with me. I mean, an evil as a boy can be. I'll knock you down till you holler quit. Cut you so low you'll have to tiptoe to spit, because I'm mean and evil me. Don't mess around, I said. I'm gonna rumble till the judgment day. I'll break a chair, boy, across your head. Stomp you so bad you're gonna wish you were dead, because I'm mean and evil me. The lightning was my mother, the thunder was my pa. A grizzly bear, my brother, ooh, and cops fill me near and far. So I don't monkey around you here. My head is hard as a Texas steel. I fought a street gang with my bare hand. Now they all know that I'm a natural man, because I'm mean and evil me. Yes, I'm mean and evil me. Lightning was my mother, the thunder was my pa. A grizzly bear, my brother, ooh, and cops been near and far. So I don't monkey around you here. My head is hard as a Texas steel. I fought a street gang with my bare hand. Now they all know that I'm a natural man, because I'm mean and evil me. Ooh, I'm mean and evil me. I'm mean and evil.
It was I who helped graft together the bits and pieces that were stolen from the hospital. An amputated arm, a leg, a torso. It was I who helped piece them together like a monstrous jigsaw puzzle.
Let me out of here!
Nick, and what's in there?
Man, it's a skeleton in this closet.
That's all right, Puddin'. He'll get used to you.
Spooks were having their midnight fling. The merry making was in full swing. They shrieked themselves to a cheerful dance. When the skeleton in the closet did his dance. Now goblin giggled with fiendish glee. A shout rang out from a big banshee. Amazing was every ghostly glance when the skeleton in the closet started to dance. All the witches were in stitches while his steps made rhythmic thumps, and they nearly dropped the broomsticks when he tried to do the bums. You never heard such unearthly laughter or such hilarious groans when the skeleton in the closet rattled his bones. steps made rhythmic thumbs, and they nearly dropped their broomsticks when he tried to do the bumps. You never heard such unearthly laughter or such hilarious groans when that skeleton in that closet grabbed his bones.